Gabe, thank you so much for the time. Hockey goalie now, but in doing a little research, you have some soccer in your background too.
Yeah, I do.
So you're a goalie in soccer or just a soccer player?
No, just a player. I couldn't do goalie in both. I think the style's a bit too different.
I was going to ask if there's anything that translated, but obviously that wasn't the case. So what, like striker, midfielder, defender?
No, by the end I was more a defender, left back, I think,
Yeah.
from what I remember. But once I got to the big field, then that's kind of when I lost interest.
Yeah.
It's a bit too much running, I think, for me.
So how far did you take soccer? Like, to what age and what level?
Probably 13.
Yeah.
12, 13, I'd say.
Interesting, because there's like enough carryovers and crossover from soccer to hockey, but obviously totally unique, right? So
Yeah.
that's interesting. And then how'd you get into goaltending?
Goaltending, when I was a kid, we'd always rotate who would be goalie when we were really young. So whenever it was my turn, I always enjoyed it. And then whenever that year where there was a full-time goalie, we had to go through tryouts to see who would become a full-time goalie. And I went through that, and I was like the last one to get picked. So
Look at you now.
so it worked out.
Yeah, look at you now. It's interesting. My son plays soccer and loves to play goalie. Just going back to the soccer part. Some people are just cut out to do that, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I just enjoyed it.
You got to like it too, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely a different game out there, kind of more isolated, I'd say. So, that's just what I enjoyed, and then I just stuck with it.
What have you seen in your jumps of levels so far, from college in Vermont to the ECHL in Wichita to here so far, and the AHL in San Jose? What's the biggest difference between every level?
I think everything just happens a little quicker. As a goalie, I think guys disguise their shot better where they're going to shoot it.
Okay.
Their release is a bit quicker, and then during the game too, like, they're a lot better at screening, and it's bigger guys, and they're a lot better at tipping pucks too. So that makes our job a bit harder.
You know, speaking of that, and I always look at it from the skater perspective, but as a goalie, with screens and tips and redirects and second chances, what's the hardest thing for you to defend? Like, what's they're all difficult, right?
Yeah.
But is there one thing that's just really hard for you or any goalie to deal with?
I think whenever there's a good screen in front where he's really taking the lane of the puck away,
You can't see it.
That's tough.
Yeah.
You have to kind of contort a bit to find the puck, and then you're trying not to cut lose your angle on the puck to give up a bunch of nets. So I'd say those are tough.
What can you do in that sense? I mean, is it craning your neck as far as you can? Because I don't think you want to lose body position, right, and angles.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to read their hand if they're lefty or righty, and then you kind of, from the situation, obviously every situation's different, but you just read which side of the body you think's better. Maybe it's over the shoulder. You try to get low and see around his hips or something like that.
You know, the other one I've always wondered about from the goalie perspective is obviously your mask and your helmet are there to protect you as a worst case scenario. But when you take one straight to the mask, it can't feel good, right?
No,
like it's going to protect you from getting obliterated, but it still can't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I think goalie helmets have come a long way.
Yeah.
I think usually when you get hit in the head now, your ears ring.
No thanks.
But if you get hit on the side with the puck, that's like they're made to protect from the front. So if you get a hit from the side, that's when it can get ugly. So
what's it been like to now join this team and be here for kind of a stretch run, and the playoffs were in sight, now they're secured. By the time this comes out, maybe right around the corner. What's this like to be joining something that's already got some momentum to it?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. Kind of playing these games down the stretch where they mean a lot, and we were fighting for a spot. So now that we finally got one, it's rewarding, and it's exciting to see what we have coming up.
For a goalie, how much does volume matter in a season, whether it starts or just minutes in a game? I mean, isn't it basically you don't get any better unless you're playing?
I think it's huge, especially for me, it being my first year. I think kind of getting some reps and seeing different situations and adjusting to the new game here. I think it's been huge for me this year.
Askey's very popular here already in San Jose. Had a taste of the Sharks. Had the injury too. Now back with the CUDA. How do you see yourselves as a tandem? I imagine your style of play not the same, right?
Yeah.
You're not out of the crease playing pucks like that all the time.
He's definitely better than me at playing the puck. if I was trying to do what he was trying to do, playing the puck, there'll be a lot more turnovers.
Yeah. What do you see in his game, just being here firsthand now and seeing it with your own eyes?
I think he's really calm and structured, but he's also a big guy, takes up a lot of net, but he moves so fluidly. I think that's like one of his biggest assets. He just takes the net away from the shooter so efficiently.
So another part about it is in any type of goalie tandem, I imagine that matters a lot, especially like in the ECHL where you played in Wichita, because you're playing like 3 games in a weekend.
Yeah.
So one guy can't start all 3 games. It's probably alternating for the most part.
Yeah.
Like so Friday, Sunday.
There's a lot of like 3 games in 3 days or 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, usually when there's a 3 and 3, it'll be play game, break in the middle, and then you play the third one.
Is there any strategy to being a good tandem, like for your team, right? Like, are goalies sharing information between each other? What can 2 goalies do as a tandem? And I ask that obviously because of the playoff run here and maybe some condensed portions like that too. How can you and Askey team up and be a really good tandem?
Yeah, I think obviously like same when I was in Wichita, if you're playing a team 3 days in a row, like you're gonna notice some tendencies.
Exactly.
So we kind of just share that, and you kind of give some constructive criticism, kind of see what you see, maybe anything you can adjust, and then obviously you can always take it back to the goalie coach as well and see what he's thinking and go from there.
How much time have you spent in California or the Bay Area even?
Well, being here was my first time ever on the West Coast at all, so
okay.
It's been a fun experience.
All right.
I think I've been probably here 3 months this year so far.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
Yeah. You feel comfortable here?
Yeah. I love it. It's when I came for dev camp in the summer here, all the hills around here were all yellow, and now now they're changing green, which is nice.
To be clear, they're brown because all those weeds are dead. And then in the summertime or in the wintertime, a little bit of rain. It's funny how green they turn. It's totally different. I saw an interview you did where you talked about how much you like hiking.
I do.
Yeah. Is that just, will you get up during the season, or is that a total off-season thing?
It's been harder in the season, especially just you're always on the go and you're trying to recover on your days off.
Right. That's the last thing you probably need is go hike up a mountain. Yeah.
But at the same time, also, I don't have a car really here, so it's hard to get out there and do some trails. But in the off-season, I definitely love getting outside, some fresh air. And just calms you down a little bit. In
my mind right now, I'm like, all right, let's connect. I have a car, obviously, and I know where there's plenty of good trails to go hike. The East Bay are great here. Obviously, in the South Bay, there's a lot, but North Bay, I mean, you can't go wrong in the Bay Area. So great to have you here. Hope you love it here, and looking forward to the playoffs here. I hope you guys are doing it for a lot of weeks.
Yeah, we're excited. Thank you for having me.
Yep.